You live in the United States of America, the freest, the greatest, the most wonderful nation upon the face of this earth. And you have all of the benefits of this great country to back you in assuming that you're going to be successful.
Hey there, fellow truck drivers. How you doing today? I was just curious. What is it that aggravates you more on the road that you have to deal with? Because for me, it's how ignorant people can be. And I don't know if they realize it or they just don't care, you know? Like for instance, yesterday, two different drivers, same exact situation, like same timing, but two different drivers. I was on an interstate, pretty well open interstate, and my truck runs 70. Obviously, everybody's trucks run different. I'm coming up on this truck, and all these newer trucks, they got, tons of electronics. So mine has a radar, and it tells you how fast the car or truck in front of you is going. So I'm coming up on this truck, and it says he's going 68 mile an hour. So I didn't think nothing about it. I just got in the left hand lane. I was going to pass him. So it's another tractor and trailer. I get in the left hand lane to pass him. Well, then the guy speeds up. He's doing 70. I assumed that's all he could do was 68. Well, in the meantime of me trying to figure out what this guy is going to do, whether he's going to do 68 or 70 to know if I'm going to pass him or stay behind him, this car behind me jumps in the right hand lane, runs up beside me, cuts me off, and flipping me off as he's going around me. So two different drivers, one in a semi, one in a car, and it's just stuff like that. I've been driving for 25 years, which isn't a long time compared to some of you guys, I'm sure. But I remember when I first started driving, truck driving was so much different. And it's not even about the trucks and the technology, it's the drivers were nicer. I mean, I remember when I first started driving, if you passed a semi or a semi passed you, you always looked over and they were smiling and waving at you and everything. And now it's just you just deal with so much ignorant stuff on the road. People are just so rude. It's I just don't understand why. I don't understand why it has to be that way. It's like, you know, I don't get why if a tractor and trailer driver, it's not only the cars, it's the tractor and trailers too. I don't understand why if we're on an open interstate, I mean literally open interstate, and it's not you're not in no city, you're just out in the middle of the country on an open interstate, why he's doing 65 if he can run 73. And then when I'm doing 70, I go to pass him and then he speeds up. What is the point of that? I don't understand it because for me, if my truck's going to run 73, I'm on an open interstate, not in any kind of construction or anything like that, then I'm going to be running 73. I understand if you're in construction and you slow down, or if you're in a major city and the speed limit changes or whatever. But I'm just talking like an open interstate out in the country, speed limit 70, and you're running 65 until I start to pass you. I don't understand why truck drivers do that now. I don't understand why truck drivers are more or less rude to each other, just like the freaking cars are. The cars, I was going to a store. I deliver groceries. I was going to a store one day, and this guy pulls in with his family, and I kind of had the roadblock, and I'm backing in. Now, I'm a good backer. I've been, like I said, I was a good backer when I went to school. I went to school in 2002 and got my CDL. And even back then, the instructor told me you could be a yard dog because I never struggled with backing. Now, I was pulled out blocking the road, but I was backing up. Literally took me maybe a minute to get backed all the way in, and maybe 30 seconds to get out of his way. This guy pulls in with his family to this grocery store, gets out of the car, and as he's walking in the store with his family, wife and kids, he's flipping me off. And I had to do a drop and hook. They weren't in there that long. I was still there, literally walking back to his car, flipping me off the entire time with his family. I can't for the life of me understand that mentality. Like, what did I do? I held you up for 30 seconds? Like, you know, I I don't understand people in today's world. I can't comprehend what their mentality is. You know, you're going to a grocery store with your family to buy groceries that I'm delivering, and you're going to flip me off because I took 30 seconds to get out of your way? Like, come on, man. The hell is going on with this world? It's freaking crazy. And I don't understand the mentality of the truck drivers being disrespectful to each other and knowing all the crap we have to deal with. You know, a lot of these truck drivers, and I don't know if it's the young ones or what, but they drive these trucks like they're driving a car. You know, some of the stuff you see cars doing, you don't expect the tractor and trailers to be doing. Like, for instance, when we know a lane's closing, why are you trying to run up in front of all these vehicles to hop over in front of somebody? I'll tell you right now, I don't let nobody over when they do that. I don't let cars over. I don't let trucks over. I don't let nobody. I don't care how long you sit there. That's your problem. You knew the lane was closing. Why'd you run way up in front of all these people that's been sitting in line? You know, that's my mentality. And, you know, it's one thing in the beginning of the backup, but if we're almost to where it's closed and there's plenty of signs and plenty of places you could have seen it was closed way before we got to this point, and you run all the way up there, that's your problem. That's not mine. I just think as the trucking industry, I mean, on so many levels, has just went to crap over the years. You know, the trucks are crap. My company went to all automatics. I hate it absolutely. I mean, when I was a city driver, because my company offers city and what they call road, which we have like 175 mile radius of our facility. So as a city driver, I guess it was okay because you got set in traffic a lot and automatic, whatever. But you know, honestly, I just kind of miss having the manual. And I just, you know, it's just so crazy to me just to think about how terrible the trucking industry has become over the years. So I don't know, drivers. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, at the end of the day, we all got to be safe out there and, you know, make sure we don't hurt nobody, no matter what they do to us. We have to be the professionals. And I really think some of you drivers need to learn some common courtesy, some common decency. I don't know. I mean, I was passing this truck one day, a tractor trailer, and I guess he was a city driver, day cab, flatbed, and I almost got around him. And I was getting ready to get back over in front of him. And as soon as I did, he sped up and passed me. You know, like what in the hell is people's problems nowadays, you know? I just I can't for the life of me understand the mentality of these people driving the trucks. Like, you know what we deal with on a daily basis. You're part of it. And you're gonna, you know, sit there and act like that. It just I don't get it, drivers. So anyway, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what some stuff you've dealt with and what frustrates you on the road and how you you know, kind of let loose at the end of your shift. And I would assume for some of you that live life on the road, it might be kind of hard to do because you don't get out of that truck. Me personally, I'm home every night, so you know, I go to the gym and I work out. That's a big help for me. It helps relieve a lot of stress. Uh, so I don't know. I'd like to hear from you guys though on what you do. Hey, thanks for watching. And I appreciate you and I appreciate everything you do. Stay safe out there, driver. Peace and love.